Can we stop blaming the aged care algorithm just for a minute? I completely agree there's now a greater risk of people being underassessed. Yes, we've lost something very important. We've lost that human safety net, the type of assessor who could read between the lines, that person who could think, Mrs. Smith, I know you're telling me you're okay, but I can see you're not actually doing that well. They were acting as a safety net, and that, under the new aged care system with this algorithm, well, that's disappeared. But here's the part nobody's talking about. The outcome is actually more consistent now because it's up to a computer, and a computer, it doesn't have a bad day. It doesn't get distracted. It doesn't interpret things differently from one assessor to another. And that's exactly why I don't blame the algorithm. In fact, every single person I've personally helped prepare for their aged care assessment has actually been approved for the level of funding they genuinely needed. Not because they over-exaggerated, actually quite the opposite. From my experience, people are far more likely to underplay their situation when the assessor asks things like, how are you going? Most people actually say, oh, not bad, or getting by, but that's not the full story. The real story might be, cleaning the house now takes me 3 hours instead of 1. I'm exhausted by the next day. I'm pushing myself because I don't have another choice, or I'm worried about falling, and that's the reality of my situation. The computer needs to understand these details, and it's not about over-exaggerating. It's about accurately describing what life is actually like. And being in this position, they didn't have to make anything up. They didn't need to overstate their situation. They simply accurately describe what life had become. And that changes everything. So when you stop to think about things, the algorithm, that isn't your biggest risk. Walking into your assessment unprepared is your biggest risk. So if you've got an aged care assessment coming up, type the word help in the comments section and I'll automatically send you my free aged care preparation guide. And inside, I'll show you the exact questions you're likely to be asked in your assessment, how to think about those questions beforehand, and how to avoid the risk of being under-assessed. See you on the inside.